One of my favorite quotes about slow living come from roots to longevity side. And one thing that is said is that slow living, it's all about embracing simplicity, practice mindfulness, savor the moment, enjoy simple pleasures, live intentionally, take it slow, spend more time in nature, and my favorite is finding your rhythm. And that is what I find myself doing most of the time nowadays. I made a conscious decision to just live a conscious life, slowly stepping back from the rush. As you all know now, if you've been in this space enough, I and my family live in the city at the capital of Kenya, that is Nairobi. And you know what happens to capital cities, and you're there to work as we also make a living. It's always so noisy, there's a lot of rush. But one thing that we decided is that despite living in the city, we are going to let our life be as simple as possible. We are going to create an intentional home whereby we can always go back to after the rush through the day, working and all that, and you can have your mind rested. This one is one of those long weekends whereby we are not going to work because, as you all know, it's Easter weekend. And one thing I love about my space now is that I can spend most or the entire weekend here without feeling the need to step outside. By outside, I mean to step out of this space, because of course you will go to the garden that is out here, but it's because of the space you have created. You know, we love green spaces, and you've seen how we have tried to recreate our home, that despite being very few kilometers from the city center, we have managed to recreate our countryside vibes right here at home. Anyway, this weekend I was just looking around, and funny enough, there's always something to be done. As I was looking around, just tidying up the compound, sometimes I just take time to walk around. I've realized that I have an empty container here, this green container. So I had earlier on planted some vegetables there, but you know that I have chicken in this space, and sometimes we let them just come out here and feed on the grass, enjoy the outdoors, because they are called kienyeji chicken, which means they are free range chicken. So I've seen this container and it contains the soil I had put, but it has nothing growing in it. And as I've told you guys, while you're living in the city and you want to do even slow living or intentional living, you have to learn to make use of what you have. Because, of course, one of the challenges is that in the city we have space limitation. It's not like being in the countryside. And for me, I love growing my small crops here and there. If you've watched these videos, my previous videos, or you've been in this space long enough, you know that I love the soil and I'm so intentional about it. So, nimeona hii container iko hapa nje and I'm like, so why is this container out here? Na haina kitu, ni mchanga tupu. You know what I've decided? I'm going to put in some beans right there, because even around my space I had planted some beans, but anyway, tukifungulia kuku zinafanyanga vituko, they eat up stuff. So the beans had come up so well around my space, but then kuku zikakula. So nimeona I'll just put some beans there. The goodness with this green container is that this is like, by the way, an example of container gardening. Then the beauty about it is that as much as unaeka your crops, whatever grows there, siku ile nafungulia kuku sasa, it is portable. So I'll just move it, ninaekelea mahali hawezi fika. Actually, I'll just take it outside the gate to the kitchen garden. Alafu zikirudi, unairudisha hapa, ama it can as well stay out there. So nikiwafungulia kukula nyasi, They are now, as they enjoy the grass, they will not destroy my crops. But anyway, chicken, they've really destroyed my herbs too. But sometimes you just have to strike a balance, when you're doing this urban gardening, kitchen gardening. If you want to bring the countryside vibe to your city home, you have to sacrifice a bit of things here and there. And so for the chicken, sasa nimeamua hii space I'll just let it have some flowers and the grass, because when I plant anything else, even for aesthetics, zinaharibu. I had thyme here, I had oregano, I had shown you in another video, lakini zimeharibu kabisa, zimekula yote. Saizi zimekauka kakaka, hakuna hata moja imebakia. Guys, just like that, we are done planting the beans. So I've added some water because currently Nairobi imekuwa joto sana, and it was raining just the other day mpaka kulikuwa kuna flood. But I've also decided to water my hanging plants. For the grass, itangoja mpaka jioni. It's almost evening though, but I wanted to first water the hanging plants because sometimes inasahaulika. And how I know I've watered enough, ziko juu, unaona vile maji, we have 2 bottom holes on each container. So ukiona ina drip maji, unajua maji imeshaja na imesoak vizuri. I really enjoy doing this kind of things until bana sometimes unaweza jipata umekuwa antisocial because you just want to stay in your home. You don't want someone asking you to go somewhere over the weekend because you're busy with your garden and taking care of your space. Since over the weekdays, unajua mtu ako kazi na umechoka. So weekend is when you really maximize. I'm so glad and thank God for the opportunity even to be able to do this kind of things. As I finished watering the hanging plants, I don't have many, I have about 5, yeah, they're actually 5. I have now decided to water the fence. As I told you guys, if you've been here in this channel, you know that I get a lot of question about the fence I have, and I did a whole video, guys, last week If you notice, currently I'm trying to be very consistent just for you guys, and I'm doing 2 videos a week. That is, I try on Monday and Fridays. And last Monday's video, no, not Monday, last Friday's video was just actually specifically about the fence that I have in my. So if you have questions about the fence, please just go back and watch that video. It was almost 10 minutes and I gave you details about it. Then the video that followed was about the grass. I am answering all your questions, guys, and that is why we have this channel, because I told you that I just want us to have a community of clueless landscapers, clueless farmers who are learning from each other so that we can just improve our spaces. I keep repeating that I'm not a professional. I'm just experimenting because I love green spaces, and that is what I'm doing here, and I decided to just share this journey with you guys. If you remember, I told you that this fence is called Valeria cristata, and it doesn't require a lot of moisture, but you need to water it at least 2 to 3 times a week, and that is what I'm doing. But the beauty is that now when you're also watering the grass, you will find that, because for the grass I'm going to use a sprinkler, it's easier. And now when you're sprinkling, we make sure that you adjust the water so that it goes all the way. As it waters the grass, it's bado inamwagilia the fence. Nimeangalia tu hivi nikaona vile my oregano has been destroyed by the cuckoos. Yani hakuna kitu, saizi imekauka kabisa, hakuna kitu. Lakini ni sawa, hakuna shida. Uzuri, the ones that I have in the garden out there bado ziko tu sawa. But now hapa kwa space, inakaa tu what will focus on mainly is just landscaping. Because what I was doing, I was actually just integrating to have, as I have the fence and the flowers, pia naika edible stuff along the unaona kwa hizi two spaces ziko na mchanga, because mi sipendi kuwaste space. I just like maximizing the little space that I have. So nilikuwa naika, this time I had put peas, minji. I did that video as we were planting with my daughter. Alafu pia nikaika beans. Lakini these cuckoos will be the end of me. The only bit is that sasa kuku zinatusaidia pia na mayai, so lazima to strike pia balance. No guys, I think I've watered enough, and why I love this space now is because after you're done, if you want to do some work, if you want to edit some video, you just come outdoor, you sit here as you enjoy the birds. And now for the rest of the afternoon, I just want us to unwind. Let's just sit here, relax, do some bits of editing for these specific videos that I'm showing you right now. What I get a lot here is, you see, whatever I'm wiping is bird poop because of that tree right there. But funny enough, this is the favorite part of our home for most me and my kids, even their dad. Like, there's a beautiful shade, and then the birds keep making their noises, which are very sweet to the ears. Then if you're watering this grass, the birds come and enjoy the sprinkling water, and it's just so beautiful.